Hey everyone, is it feeling tight in here or is it just me? I feel like if you live in a small space, you want to make it look as big as you possibly can, and that's what I'm here to help you with. So today we're going to talk about how to make your small space feel bigger and why you might actually be making it feel a little bit smaller than it should be. So let's get into all the tips right now. Tip number one, probably the common denominator for all of us, and that is clutter. So this is where you can declutter and get rid of junk that you do not need, that is taking up precious space in your small space, because really, if you have more junk, it'll look smaller. And I think if you can minimize the things that you keep, then you can absolutely feel like you have more space to work with. So regardless of the size of your home, clutter is the enemy. It just is, especially for mental well-being, I find. If you want to feel like you have a clear mind and you have a sense of everything that's going on in your space, getting rid of stuff that you don't need is the easiest way to make things feel more cohesive, cleaner, and ultimately bigger, like you have more space. I think especially useless clutter and messiness, there's one thing of holding on to stuff that we think we might need in the future, but probably won't. But there's another thing of like just throwing your clothes onto a chair and just letting that pile up. And then if you can take the next step and actually do a bit of like spring cleaning and get rid of stuff that you really don't need, if it's like duplicates of the same thing, if it's stuff you haven't touched in like a year or more, get rid of it or put it into some kind of purgatory, like a storage area, and deal with it later. But get it out of your main space. We want it gone. Tip number two is to actually get bigger stuff. So I think the dominant idea when living in a small space is often that you need smaller stuff. And I'm here to tell you that that is wrong. Okay, wrongo. You do not necessarily need smaller things. And oftentimes, actually, when you have big or sizable items that actually do fit your small space, it can make it look much bigger. So this is a mistake that I see people making all the time, is that they go too small. So go big and go home. And I actually have a video about including big items in your small space. I will link it here. But in general, I think that is a great way to make your space feel bigger. So I'm talking about large pieces of furniture, large art, large decor, and even some large appliances. These are things that you can fit into your space if you have a bit of creativity and a measuring tape, because that is key. My little dog here. So she's bigger than we expected, and look how well she fits into this small space, right? So cute. If I were to think small and be like, okay, I need like a love seat or something really dinky, this living area would look much smaller. And I think because we have a pretty large honkin' deep couch that fills the space, it actually makes this living space look bigger than it is. So go big, don't be scared. Get the, large appliances you want if they fit, and get the big items that you really desire for your small space, because that is a great way to actually make the space feel bigger. All right, tip number three is actually to use those large items and to go to the ceiling and to the upper limits of your space. Now, I talked about this a few times in some other videos, which I'll link here as well, but I think the key here is that if you have a small space and you have low ceilings, putting art pieces and wall decor and curtains, for example, this is a little lower section of our curtains here, but over this way, they actually go to the full 8 feet. So we've gone all the way up to the ceiling with the curtains and all the way down to the floor. And same with pieces of art. So I got the inspiration actually from a poster of my partner's, this massive Back to the Future movie poster, that I realized that if I shove it kind of all the way up to the ceiling and all the way up to the edge of the door, it actually draws your eye up, and it makes this entire space look much taller than it is, and much bigger and wider in that sense too. So if you can actually situate your wall decor, your curtains, your wall hangings, different items that you can kind of set up vertically, if you can make them go all the way to the ceiling, that will draw the eye upward and make things look much taller than they are. So it's all optical illusions. We're manipulative here, okay? Tip number 4 is actually to alternate furniture heights. So I think the mistake here is that maybe you have items that are far too bulky, that are all too bulky, okay? So if you have multiple furniture pieces and all of them are pretty heavily weighted, which means they're not very leggy and you can't really see through them that much, I think that can make the space look smaller. So for example, in our space here, it's like a long, think of like a storage container. That's the shape of our apartment. It's very long and narrow, and we only have one window and light source outside of like artificial lighting. And that's on the very end here. So in order for the light to reach all the way to the very end, I have to make sure that some of our furniture pieces are leggy, have a lot of through points to be able to bring that light all the way through. And I think that helps to make the space feel and look bigger than it is. Now, we absolutely have weighted furniture that Avery is laying on right now, a nice like deep weighted low to the ground sofa, but we have a high top table, a high top dining table with leggy legs and leggy chairs. And that really helps kind of break up the space a little bit and make it feel like, yeah, it's not all like deeply rooted and all clunky and chunky, because I think if that table was really solid and didn't have that through point and that eye line, then I think that would make it look much heavier and like that whole section is blocked off and it would make it look far smaller. All right, folks, tip number 5. This again relates a bit to tip number 4, furniture pieces and decor pieces of varying, heights. Okay, so like I said, we have a high top dining table, very low sofa, and then a credenza that's a little higher. And so essentially, we have furniture of varying heights. And I think if you have stuff that's all pretty much one level, say it's like mid-level, your eye's not duped enough. We're not duping the eyes enough if we're keeping furniture at one level, at one height. And I think if you can alternate even like your lighting and your decor to be at alternating heights throughout your small space, then the eye is kind of tricked because it's being told, okay, there's a lot of dimensionality here. There's, heights and low lows and dips in all of the different levels of the furniture and decor. And then I've added lighting around the different layers of different furniture, or levels of different furniture. So try to dupe the eyes as much as possible. Basically manipulate your guests. That's really what it is, into thinking that your space is bigger than it is, and yourself too, because I'm actively trying to manipulate myself in my own home all the time. I want to be duped into thinking that this is a bigger space than it is. Okay. Tip number 6 is to provide a bit of reflection. And this is something actually I might film another video on, because I'm actually planning to add some more mirrors to this space. So surprise. But yeah, if you can strategically add some reflective surfaces, mirrors is certainly one way. Maybe even I've seen mirror art, or like old bar mirrors where they have like a mirrored background and some design on top of like a beer brand or something. They can be really fun, but some kind of truly reflective surface placed strategically so that your space can look like it has more dimension and more space than it actually does. We do have a mirrored closet in the entryway. And I find that if I leave one of those doors open and it's not fully mirrored, I really hate it. It feels so closed in and claustrophobic. So I think if you're able to add mirrors in those darker areas of your home where some light can bounce off and get through to, that can be so helpful and deceptive at the same time in making your space feel bigger. So try it. I'm going to try it myself and I will film it just for you. Tip number 7, lucky number 7, is zoning. And I think this is where a lot of us slip up, and I've done this as well. I haven't properly zoned my space before. And I think the easiest way to do this is with rugs and with lighting. Art can be thrown in there too, for sure. But I think to zone things out really well, you can anchor a space in your small space so well with a rug and with a light. It's fairly easy. So this leads on from the deceptive side of things. We have a nice hefty rug that takes up the entire living space here, and it really anchors this as a separate zone, a separate section of our home. And it fills the space, which is my next tip, fills the space. It's as big as the space can handle. And so it makes the space look a little bit bigger than it is, but it sets it out as its own zone. And same with the pendant light over the top of the high top dining table, that creates that dining section as its own zone as well. So I think lighting, rugs, some art, like this whole section here is where our gallery wall is of art. And then my partner has a work desk section here, and he has movie posters and everything. So deceive the eyes again and create different living zones in your home utilizing these tips, and it'll look bigger in a flash. All right, last tip, and I touched on this in my previous one, but it is to fill the available space. And that means that, let's say, I'll use our credenza as an example, actually, because I was a meticulous measurer with this guy. So there is a very particular measurement of space where a credenza can fit in our living space, okay? Because we have a big lamp with a big base. And basically I could go from the doorway to the lamp base and that was it. And sure, I could have gotten, a smaller credenza and had it be like a few inches smaller. That could be fine. But I wanted the biggest credenza that could fit here. And in order to make this space look longer, make it look wider, I filled all of the available space, like to the centimeter, so that it's filled from end to end and it looks wider, okay? Same with this couch. It is going from end to end, like it is snug in here because that's as big of a couch as will fit. So if you fit items and pieces in your small space that go to the very edges of what that space can fit, it sounds counterintuitive, but it can really make the space look bigger. So again, I'll use the example of the love seat. If I had a love seat here, I think it would shortchange the space big time. It would look smaller than it is. It would look kind of pathetic, to be honest. But with a big honkin' couch that fits the entire living space, it makes it look pretty sizable. It makes it look bigger. And that is a major key here. But what's wrong with trying to make it look bigger than it is? Or at least maximizing the space that you have, right? I'm not duping anyone in this 450 square foot apartment into thinking this is like a 1,200 square foot space. Hell no, that's not going to happen. But in order to make the most of this 450 square feet, I want to use these deceptive techniques and make it look bigger, make it feel bigger. If not for anyone else, then for me. I want to feel like this space has dimension, like it has more length, more width, more height than it has, and I want to be duped. Guys, I want to be deceived, and I'm doing it to myself. And so I hope this helps you deceive yourself and your guests and make your small space look at least a teeny bit bigger. So thank you, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Say bye, Avery.